So now please join me to welcome for the next presentation Mr. Kamran Akhtar, Pre-Sales Lead, Seagate Technology, everybody.
Good evening, everyone. Feel sleepy, right? I'm in between your drink and yeah. So I will not take much time, at least 10 minutes, right? So everyone is having some kind of data in your mobile, but are you aware about that you are also data for someone? Of course, for bank, for hospital, for any application where you are filling your details, you become a data, right? In initial era, when we talk about the data, so we think about we can put it into the USB drive, right, as a personal data. या फिर शादी का वीडियो या ऑडियो. Nowadays, whosoever want to access their old memory, they are not going to access those CD or those USB, right? Directly you are going to the cloud, right? Even your mobile data is also synced with the cloud. But have you think where these clouds are running? These are running on some hardware platform, right? Which is a storage, which is a server. Few years back when cloud journey started, everybody is saying that enterprise में जितने भी IT sales वाले हैं, especially server storage के pre-sale और sales, इनकी जॉब खतरे में है. कितने लोग की जॉब गई? मैं भी उसी एरा से निकल के आया हूँ. Still I am in front of you, right? In fact, 3 and 4 times of salary, right? So how it's become? It's all about the technology development. It's all about the self knowledge enhancement. So every time we in the previous few presentation you heard about that, you want to skill up your knowledge so that you are able to survive and you are eligible for new upcoming opportunity. So our disk size is same. To keep all the data, we are not going to change the size of disk, right? So it is 3.5 inch. But in a same disk, earlier we have a 72 GB, then 146, right? Then 300, then 900, then 1.2. Now in a single disk, we are going to talk about the 30 terabyte in a single capacity, right? So why this we required? Reason is being that due to the new technology enhancement, and AI is one of the major enhancements in terms of the data development, right? So if I talk about the capacity, so we cannot put more disk into the same disk chassis, right? So Seagate come up of those kind of problem. We develop concept called Mosaic, and currently we are into Mosaic 3 plus. So after that there is a 4 plus and 5 plus. So what is the Mosaic and how it is going to help for AI initiative? So I am going to talk about the areal density story, right? So why does areal density actually matter for the enterprise, right? The answer is current date the data created per year is 30 zettabyte, right? But the actual manufacturing of the storage is 2 zettabyte. So there is a huge gap, right? So that's why you heard about that. If you take some purchase order from the customer, the moment you are going to talk to some leading storage company, they are saying that, boss, I will take 8 weeks. Why? Because there is no supply. So this is the gap between the demand versus the supply. So due to this explosive data demand, what exactly going to impact? So pressure is not basically on an enterprise, it is on a data center also. So what is the factor? So if you see on the screen that faster AI productization, new revenue opportunity and richer customer insight. So what is the scary part? So that scary part is space, electricity and budget. So for buy new technology, new things, you need to have some budget, right? Then again, at least data center have those space and those on-demand electricity consumption, right? So that's why you are seeing that if the moment somebody is going to build up a data center in some area, government is not able to provide a proper electricity. So that's why they are shifting to some major cities where these are easily available, like all the metro cities, right? So what is the basically difference? What is the advancement? Earlier era, in the same space we have a XYZ of capacity, right? Now to cater those requirements in the same disk space, we need to increase the capacities. How it is possible? So with the help of Mosaic, what exactly we develop? If you see that particular physical hard drive, there is a different platters, right? On each platter there is a two surface A and surface B. We always write on a surface A and surface B. With the help of Mosaic concept, we are able to write, if there is a surface A with the heat mechanism, we expand that particular sector and we can write A1 and A2. It means that the same space where I am writing 100 GB, it is capable to write a 200 GB. So with the help of this kind of concept, we increase that capacity from a smaller capacity to higher capacity. So if you see on the screen, 2022 we are talking about 2 TB per disk. I am talking about the disk, right? In one hard drive there is a 10 disk, so 20 TB. Then 2023 it's become 2.2 to 2.4 TB. So that's why in 24 initial first quarter we have launched 24 TB of hard drive. Now we are talking about the 30 terabyte. So with the help of 3 TB on a same platter, we are going to provide for the larger capacity. And by 2025 till 28, we are going to launch 50 terabyte in a same disk. So you can just imagine how that R&D, what technology and what is the research we have did in hard drive as well as the storage manufacturing and R&D center. So this is one of the example. So earlier when we have a 16 TB in a same disk, and for if I talk about the data center space, so 100 zettabyte, you can see that this much of space we are consuming. Now in the same space we are going to put a 30 TB hard drive, and from 100 to 187 exabyte we are talking about, without any extra space, without any extra electricity consumption. So what is the TCO? So if I talk about what is the benefit, so lower TCO per terabyte for the acquisition, and we maximize the cost saving by increasing the scaling the capacity. So this is one of the again example. So for 60 TB 9 platter, we consume 0.59 watts per TB as a power. Similar manner with the help of Mosaic 3 Plus, for 30 TB 0.35. So capacity get increased and electric consumption get lower. So that is the benefit of Mosaic 3. So what is the benefit of Mosaic 3? So it's consume 40% less power, made with 28% of recycled product and with lower weight. So what is the technology behind it? So now we are into Mosaic 3 era, 3 TB per disk. We have plasmonic writer, photonic funnel, 12 nanometer integrated controller, super lattice PTLOI media, quantum antenna, nanophotonic laser and Gen 7 spintronic reader. So here I have talked about controller. So have you imagined each hard drive is also having the controller, right? Earlier it was not there. So due to the Mosaic concept development, we have put a controller on hard drive itself only, so that it is easily to read and easy to write and expanding the capacity. So this is the complete architecture of Mosaic 3. Yeah. So if you see on the screen, so what is the problem? Data growth. To come up, better scalability, maximize the storage, existing storage, and 5x gap of the world data creation, right? If I talk about the TCO, per terabyte lower TCO, maximize the cost saving at the increasing scale. If I talk about the sustainability, 40% less power. So why I am focusing on the 40% less power? If being a partner, if you talk about the cloud service provider, if you talk about the data center service provider, they are more concerned about the power saving, because that is the major component, major cost where they are burning their money. So on this technology, we developed product called Exhaust Core Vault. This is a purpose-built storage box, and it's completely developed on Mosaic platform, where along with the performance, we are also delivering the capacity. So this box is having 1.5 petabyte in a single box, 1.9, 2.1, 2.5, 3.0, and very soon we are going to launch 4 petabyte. So these all capacity I am talking in a single box. Along with that capacity, we have some performance. So it is giving 14 Gbps as a throughput, which is the random throughput. And in a rack, it will only consume 4 U of rack space. So you can imagine how much space saving you are going to get out of the box. Okay, so the moment we talk about the data management, so for the data management purpose, these are the major components where customer are talking about. So customer data, data protection, drive regeneration, security, as well as the storage management. These all feature and functionality is managed by server. So that's why the load are on server side. With the help of Core Vault, the moment you put the Core Vault, it goes from compute to storage side. So compute is free for application serving, right? And these are components taken care by storage. So on a Core Vault side, we have a data protection, we have a drive regeneration, we have a security, as well as we have a storage management. So single feature, single box having these all the features. And we have a concept called, okay, so if I put one of the question to you, what is the major problem on a hard drive? Correct? So it is bad sector or a smart error. The moment hard drive sniffs that kind of problem, it's declared as a dead. So currently in industry, nobody have those concepts where they can regenerate that hard drive without declaring as a failure component. So what exactly Seagate does? We have a concept called ADR, which is mean self-healing, autonomous drive regeneration. The moment bad sector or some other error happening, immediately my controller get the message that something is happened that particular hard drive. So immediately it goes for the ADR, and that ADR self-healing get run on a backend side. It's identify, rectify that error, and after the rectification of that error, it's declared as a healthy hard drive. So due to this, it's lower down the customer data rebuilding. So once a drive get failure, it took 24 hours to rebuild the data, and that is the major task if you ask about the to the IT manager. So this is one of the example. So this is a live example of one of the biggest data center. So they are using my competitor JBot earlier, and with that JBot for the 20 petabyte of data serving, they are using 540 CPU cores on a server side and 7600 GB of memory, and it is developed on the 10 nines of data durability on eraser coding of 16+4. The moment they introduce Seagate Core Vault, for the 20 petabyte, only 200 cores required. So you can just calculate how many server required. 540 versus 200, and 680 versus 4000 GB only memory, and I am giving 14 nines data durability. So from 10 to 14, and 16+2 plus adapt, which I am just talking about ADR, right? And it's minimize the rebuild traffic as compared to traditional RAID. So another example, the moment you put for 500 petabyte of storage requirement, you require 12 U of rack space. For my case, only 5 U required. That is the huge saving in terms of the rack space, real estate space, power consumption, network switch and environmental control. So think about it. That's it. Thank you so much from my side.